The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
David De Gea, simply because of the remarkable strides he's made to earn the worldwide respect that now exists. From an insecure, hesitant spell, he's grown into a supremely confident and assured character.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. He's picked his way through. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Tries to play it through. That's been cut out, well played. And that is as far as they're going to go. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Cruyff! Johan Cruyff, an individual masterpiece. He's got himself an absolute peach. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. He's having a go! Magnificent from Matthias Cunha! A finish of true class! That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter.
He's having a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Vieira.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Messi. The ball has bounced loose now. Oh, good-looking ball. Great vision. Del Piero applies the finish! And he's gone looking for safety. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. It's a promising position. Neymar. Nuno Mendes. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Neymar. That's a sharp pass. Matthias Cunha. Pinches it off him. Oh, good read.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? That has ended up in no man's land. Nice looking ball. And he cuts out the supply. Vieira. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's there to belt it away. That's the throw. And here's Griezmann. Nedved. Ball driven towards the far post. Mbappe. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And he's picked it up out wide. The ball swung in. And it's Vieira. Can he finish? Oh, the ball's come loose here. Mendes can get it clear.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
No, that's been intercepted. Neymar. Xavi Alonso. Just about up to 75 minutes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's in on goal! Koundé. They get a throw in. Oh, they could be caught out here. Dani Olmo! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot. Xavi Alonso calmly anticipates. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Maldini. Nuno Mendes. Quality ball. And it's Shevchenko. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nedved. There's the delivery. Cleared without hesitation. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every sense of the word. If you're on the ball, he'll chase you to the ends of the earth and back. I'm going to say only nice things about him for fear of him coming after me.
It's Luis Suarez! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pull it. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Messi. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Strong running down that left flank. Now it's Pelé. And reclaimed it in a trice. Nicely aimed pass. It's not an especially good pass, that. And he's there to retrieve it. Great vision. He can run onto that. He's found a way through. Shoots! It's anyone's ball now.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
A probing pass. Not the most convincing of passes.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the fault. Oh no, this does not look good. Xabi Alonso delivers. Big chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Suarez is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. He gets big! Goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cruyff. Luis Suarez. There's the shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Wonderfully smooth, smart, and slick.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nedved. Cruyff. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, that's well spotted. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Cruyff's cross. And it's claimed by the keeper. And this is Messi. He's one-on-one, surely! Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
India appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. And it's been given away. Oh, Super Bowl. Messi! Messi! Oh, that is beautiful! About as smooth as it gets. Over the hills and far away. No catching them now. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here.
The Dutch introduced total football to the world, and in many ways, Ruud Gullit is the perfect example.
Well, he really could play in any position.
Yes, he started as a sweeper and showed that he could play anywhere in midfield and indeed up front. Big, strong, and absolutely gifted.
Now it's Villa. David Villa! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Up he goes! He scored! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Del Piero. Closing in on goal. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now it's Gullit. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pinged towards the front line. Cruyff. Brilliantly cut out. Great chance! It's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Del Piero demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Villa. Gullit. And the shot! No mistake! And they get themselves in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Liverpool take the lead. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked...
Oh, what a... Tries a shot! They've done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Liverpool take a 2-goal lead and are... Goes for a shot! It's in! And that brings up the century. Goal number 100 for one very special player. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Plays a sharp little ball here. And claimed it back swiftly. Chance for a shot! Oh, split second. And there's the end of the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. And the second half gets underway.
Colorado Springs can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Good ball, good take. Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Cruyff powering forward here. And Cruyff!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Harrison calmly anticipates. Now that looks a decent ball. And he thumps it clear. Luis Suarez is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Robertson. And that has been cut short. Xavi Alonso. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Van Dijk clears. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Haaland! Oh, just over.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. And it's Lahm. Griezmann. Griezmann. Shoots! Griezmann! Becoming a modern great. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Once more they've done it. They just will not lie down.
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Bale being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Griezmann, very much a man of this moment. Howson.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, he's got a sight of goal. And he whips it in. Keeper's dealt with that. And he's gone looking for safety. Lahm plays it in. Cannavaro clears it away. That's a cute ball. Maldini cuts it out. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running.
In Paul Scholes, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of pass.
Trife! And the ball's come loose here. Griezmann. Oh, that's superb. It's Luis Suarez! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
You don't keep those outs. He knew. He just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. He's beaten the line, and the shot! He's got a goal! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Cruyff. And it's Griezmann. No, he refuses to take the bait. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Cruyff. Knocks it into space. Oh, this is a great chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Griezmann actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. It's a mighty effort! He will be livid with himself.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time. Colorado Springs really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Scholes. Now it's Del Piero. Looking for options for movement. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Scholes. And it's Scholes. Del Piero. Del Piero unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now that's well seen too. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Lahm gets over and intercepts. Thuram. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Colorado Springs really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Griezmann. And here's Cantona.
Cantona really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Knocks it out wide. Lahm plays terrific header. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
A case now of complete control. Quality ball. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, here we go. It's in! And with that, he takes home the match ball. An act of charity gratefully received.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
And the finish! Goal! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. There's the shot! Really well taken goal. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
It's a foul. It could be a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Now, power or placement? What a save from Peter Schmeichel! He has spurned it.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
And that has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Cruyff. He is through here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's found a way through. Vieira. Oh, easy pickings there. Scholes. That's good running with the ball. Thuram. Thuram. Always on the lookout for any signs of danger. And it's Thuram. That's a little off target. He's picked his way through. Bergomi. Nedved. Thuram. Could be danger here. And we're done. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Luis Suarez reflecting on a stellar performance. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then.
Giuliano Belletti will undoubtedly have a very busy game here, Peter. He's good going in both directions and has a very impressive engine.
One of those who's become a cult hero for every club he's represented. Famously, of course, 3 years in Catalonia and 1 goal, the winner in a European final.
Yeah, well, who could forget that? But first and foremost, I see him as someone who always puts in an honest shift. He'll do everything his...
And Bebeto! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Quality ball. Nicely weighted ball. Del Piero. And he's managed to get free. Goes for the shot! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Played out to the left flank. He's picked his way through. And the shot! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Still goalless at the moment. Bebeto. Oh, that's fabulous. Robertson gets into some space. Bergomi getting this one clear. It's a pretty loose pass. Now that looks a decent ball. Chance here to counter. He's got away. Has a shot!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Almost half an hour in now. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Now it's Batistuta.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make...
Takes a shot! And it's a goal! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Now this could be a chance. Oh, good read.
That was well played.
Batistuta! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Batistuta is offering a wry smile there.
He has found the way through. Real chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He can get that clear. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the 1 goal. It's still anybody's game here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Okay, they got hit with that 1 sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you're just... He's through! It's one-on-one! Oh, that's a fine interception.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
He is through here! Decent chance! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Now it's Cruyff. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. He's shifting through the gears here. Played in by Robertson. And the counter is on. And this is Bebeto. Xavi Alonso.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking off. He's having a go! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can clear their lines. Oh, sweet feet. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And it's Nedved. Xabi Alonso. Can he get onto this? And that is out of play. Oh, that's delightful. Lahm. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And he lines up a cross. De Gea claims it without any fuss. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Batistuta. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And the finish! It's run loose, and the keeper couldn't hold it. And again! They've done it! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Barcelona grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well,
chance! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Barcelona take the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
That looks a good cross. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Just eases him off the ball. Maldini. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. That's that, the end. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we're underway.
Giuseppe Bergami, certainly one of the fiercest opponents I've had the honour of facing.
Well, one of Italy's finest and surely anyone's fiercest opponent. A master of everything defensive, Jim, and you, as you mentioned, faced him on the international stage.
Yeah, and his quiet and calm demeanour was the perfect disguise for that steely leadership. We knew we were in for a battle against...
Bullish header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that's been slipped through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And this is out. And the finish! They've scored! There is the breakthrough. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always...
It's Luis Suarez! There is the genius of Luis Suarez! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
That has certainly made... Trife! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Ribery. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's been shifted off it. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Luis Suarez. And the shot! Really well taken goal. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
And things are much healthier in their favour.
It's Pele! Superb from Pele! About as smooth as it gets. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty shapes to shoot! And it's in! Pomp, panache, and passion. This, a man full of it all. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Clinical. Just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Struck first time. Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. And it's Vieira. Adriano does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, well played, well played. And now they can clear their lines. Ribery. Can he get on the end of this? And that's been slipped through. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this. So what a half. So many talking points, so many goals, so much drama. It's 3-2. And we are already promptly back underway. Costa Curta. Nice bit of trickery. What a throw in. Costa Curta receives it in a wide position. Ball's out once more. Vieira. Now, can they get him away? Oh, perfectly measured that. And he can clear it away. Rijkaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Marmouche. And he's managed to get free. It's a really well-measured ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vieira. Tries to play it through. Gerrard. Xavi Alonso. Now he's got space here. There's the header! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Costa Curta. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And this is Cruyff. Cruyff gets through on his own.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. Nedved! That was travelling. Vieira is there, and he can pick it up. Chips it through. De Gea claims comfortably.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Bergomi gets good distance on it.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Now it's Ribery. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended.
And that is that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Luis Suarez on the score sheet 3 times. Very much the man. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
Well, what we've seen is a team that refuses to accept the game might have...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I really like the look of this fella, Endrick, here. He's a great finisher. He's a great dribbler. He's a wonderful link-up player. He's a smart presser. He's capable of playing a bit deeper. This guy has got the lot. It's not fair.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Terrific header! Now, who's going to be first to this? Goes long and straight. And here's Haaland. Taken back almost. Haaland! It's run loose. It's fallen kindly here. He's delivered all right. The breakthrough strike. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think
Tries a shot! Really well taken goal. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Del Piero duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
And that's gone loose. He is through here. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Endrick. And he's surging through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Thinks about the shot. Shake! And it's in! Oh, flags up, so that won't count.
Oh, his goal-scoring celebrations are going to be cut short. The flag was up for offside, even if the referee didn't spot it straight away.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. And he's picked out the run. Xavi Alonso. Cafu. No way through. Nedved. He's in plenty of space here. Chance! That is some save from Khan. So what can they make of this? Oh, Red, nice interception. And that is as far as they're going to go. Nedved does really well to win the ball there. Has a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
This possibly the last play of the half.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Colorado Springs will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And we are back underway. And that's a good ball. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been... And again! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear...
He rises! Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Nedved can see things others simply cannot. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Del Piero running with the ball. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, well played. And here's Messi. Neymar driving forward. Now, can they get him away? Thuram gets over and intercepts. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
The less said about that pass, the better. Nedved. Xavi Alonso. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Linton. Neymar. Oh, that's a key interception. He's picked his way through.
Nepal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that has been cut short. Endrick. Haaland. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they...
And Del Piero! He should have put that one away.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Bergomi cuts out the pass. Vieira. Now it's Rivaldo. Cafu. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Nepal really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And that will be it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football. Great chance! And it's come back out to him. Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now it's Brahim Diaz. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Sends it crossfield. Now it's Del Piero. Guardiola. Messi. To Guardiola. And he's forced to go back.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that has been cut short. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. Played out to the right. Messi.
Colorado Springs really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nedved. It's Nedved! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Played into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the...
Oh, he's been caught on it here! He's found a way through. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. While quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Messi. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rijkaard.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost cause. Del Piero! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Del Piero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Looking for options for movement. Nice bit of trickery, and he's managed to get free. Brahim Diaz stood his ground strongly.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Del Piero. Messi. And Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And the game has already resumed here.
Colorado Springs really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
That's a sharp pass. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Now then, clash of the egos.
And he's on his way. He's going for goal.
He was berating his defence before making this.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. He's had a shot. Oh, that was wicked. A truly wicked effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here.
And he's had a hit! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Messi. And this is Bale. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Messi. Vieira. Messi. Has a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Knocks it into space. And this is Del Piero. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are... Oh, he's been caught napping! Hangs in... There's the header! Oh, crossbar! Just off target.
I don't need to tell you he got underneath it, and there's only one place it can go.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. And no, that was never going to make it. Played into space. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bergomi gets over and intercepts. Tries to pass it through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Messi, and this is Del Piero. Del Piero was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And up he goes! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, easy pickings there. He can run onto that. And this is Griezmann. Griezmann unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And here's Griezmann. Out to the left it goes. He has found the way through. Decent progress down the left. Lahm shows great strength. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And he was quick to react. Del Piero is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. And this is Del Piero. Chance! And he's done it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Thuram did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Can he finish? And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
And smartly reclaimed. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And a shot! Wonderful from Del Piero! About as smooth as it gets. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And a chance! Oh, nearly, but not quite. And he has been fouled there. And it's Nedved. Can he get on the end of this?
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And here's Griezmann. It's Griezmann! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, now here's an interesting... Nedved! Oh, that's fabulous! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are cruising away. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips.
Shoots! Oh, it's hit the post! And that has been clubbed away. Maldini. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Oh, that's fabulous. Griezmann takes a shot!
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped.
It's Inzaghi! Keeper's got his work done.
Besiktas really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Schmeichel gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. And now they can spring out of defence. Nedved. Pato looking to penetrate opposition lines. Oh, lovely feeding is such a good move. Great chance! Lacking in accuracy.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Xavi Alonso. Neymar. He is through here. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. And that has been cut short. And this is Pato. Gets to show off his quick feet. Well, that has not gone well. He won't be happy with that one. Short changes him with that pass. Looking to play him in. Neymar! And that is wildly off target. Besiktas are making a change now. Messi getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
That's an imaginative pass. Chips it through. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're up and running. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I think we have another one here who's a member of the Catalan school of total football and the type of player that is very much their speciality. This guy, Fermin Lopez, you have to wonder what it is with them and elite central midfielders. But he's going to be, if everything works out, that is, he's going to be up there with the best of all.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Robertson. Robertson just loves to go forward whenever he can. And here's Messi. Out to the right. Played in deep. Defending of the desperate variety. Raul. Raul, who needs just a moment to score a goal.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Raul. Fermin! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
No, he's had it taken off him. And here's Suarez. Diogo Costa gets it away. And he's quick to snatch it back. And this is Pato. It's Pato! He's delivered all right! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Rijkaard. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, what has happened here?
Colorado Springs really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see.
Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cleared without complication. Now it's Messi. Nedved. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And the keeper's given it away. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, shooting chance! He scores! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Serbia really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can...
There's the whistle for half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. And we are back underway. Rijkaard tries to clear. Van Basten. Good ball over the top. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now there's a find. It's Pato! Superb from Pato! A finish right from the top draw. And they are pulling clear here. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
A case now of complete control. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And this is Pato. Beckham. Rijkaard. And that's another good win of the ball. And this is Luis Suarez. And he's in on Nedved! Relentless! Just relentless! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! You don't keep those outs. He knew. He just knew.
Oh, what a hit, Peter.
Judge, surely! It's in! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Vieira pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Beckham bumps him off it and wins back the ball. More and more pressure on the ball here. Rijkaard. Now Howson. Rijkaard. And it's Cannavaro. Oh, what a mistake! Howson. Oh, give it away! It's Pato! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, that's delightful. Messi! Goal! 3! He is flying! A vast presence, and there is no stopping him.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
That could spell trouble. Here's Pato. And the shot! Sticks it away! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next? That's that, the end. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents and... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
David De Gea, simply because of the remarkable strides he's made to earn the worldwide respect that now exists. From an insecure, hesitant spell, he's grown into a supremely confident and assured character.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Lam. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Xavi Alonso. Chiellini. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, what's he done? And Del Piero! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Brazil are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Xavi Alonso does well to get it back. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see the outlet to his right.
And here's Batistuta.
This is the time you need that pace.
And that's a nicely shaped ball. Picked out brilliantly.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Del Piero. Kukchu is always looking to break lines.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Now it's Del Piero. Van Dijk cuts it out. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Del Piero has found the net here, of course. He's being urged to shoot. Chance! Oh, taken with style. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might...
That is Suter! It's a goal! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Brazil get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs. Cruyff really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Face to face with the shapes he shoots! He has done it! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack...
He's tried one! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. Shot at goal! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Nedved. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Xabi Alonso. He's got away. Cross in. And that's been repelled. In once more. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Messi. And here's Del Piero. The ball swung in.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Cleared away. There's the whistle for half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2. So once again, we're underway.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Cruyff. Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And here's Del Piero. And Cruyff! Oh, that was no routine save.
Cruyff is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. that has not gone well. Batistuta gets it away. Lovely, now then.
Roll!
It's loose and there's a race for the ball. That was superb goalkeeping.
Raul clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, third corner of the game. Van Dijk can get it clear. Played out wide. And it's Lahm. Lahm hangs one in. And he's taking no chances there.
That's really good energy, Peter, the way they defend from the front.
Oh, this looks sharp. Nedved. Passing is crisp and sharp. Chiellini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's cut it out. And he gets rid in a hurry. And that has been cut short. Nedved. Raul. Can he get it through?
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Now that's well seen too. Collar. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played out to the right. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Raul. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Up he goes! And that is the last effort of the game. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. So Jim, how do you So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Well, this fellow, Giorgio Chiellini, Peter, is...
And the finish! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. He's gone tall. Chiellini getting this one clear. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Messi. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. It's their second corner of the game. He gets big. It's anyone's ball now. And he's there to get it away. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Oh, well played, well sorted out. So we're still where we started right now. And it's Xavi Alonso. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Adriano. It's Adriano! Off the post! And he's heaved it away. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Maldini, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Knocks it into space. Shot a goal! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. This to go one up. And he's buried it, 1-0. Not much more than a formality.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely...
And the shot! And he can clear it away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's been cut out, well played. Can he spark a counter here? That is a great pick out. Del Piero gets through on his own, shoots! It's in! And they're at it again, in double quick time! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Back into the middle. No way through there. Pato! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. So the perfect chance to get one back. Alonso! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Now who's going to be first to this? And here's Pato. Pato ploughing. It's Pato! and kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Alexander Pato.
And there's the end of the first half.
Colorado Springs are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. So we're straight back at it. Header! Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. The ball is on the spot. Here we go. And that's one back. Not a twitch, not a blink.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response.
Big header! And yes, it's there! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
So the lead now is 2.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Xavi Alonso. And it's Lam. Adriano. Just eases him off the ball. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Threads one in. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, played through for the wide man. And here's Lopez. Fermin!
Fermin just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
They've played it short. Opts to play it back. And he's had a hit! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Xavi Alonso plays it short. And that's aimed into the middle. And now a sudden chance to counter. Driving on and making good progress. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. That has been slung wide. Vieira calmly anticipates. Adriano. Tries to play it through, and this is Messi. Here's a chance! And that would have won it.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Well, to be honest, he thrives on this.
Del Piero! So, third corner of the game. Oh, smashing header! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. And it's Lopez. Vieira. Xavi Alonso. Nedved. Now then, the ball's come loose. Has a look and plays it forward. No, he's had it taken off him. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there. And we're done. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because...
Messi! They want to be quick to... And the keeper couldn't hold it. They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Knocks it into space. Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's fabulous. Driving through the middle. And that has been clubbed away. Nicked it back promptly. Looking for options for movement. Xavi Alonso. And here's Cruyff.
Cruyff really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Messi. Bergomi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well read, nice interception. And that is a little undercooked.
Colorado Springs really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now.
And Cruyff! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here.
Yeah, and I think it's a lesson to be learned in not conceding free kicks.
Griezmann! And we have our very first corner. Climbs up big! They've scored! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's having a shot! It's a quick ball upfield. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Threads one in, succumbs to the pressure. Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. And they've got a throw. That's a lovely, neat pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And here's Messi. And that is out of play. Messi. He is through here. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Lam. Suarez could try cutting inside here. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
So all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So once again, we're underway. That is good alertness. Aimed beyond the defence. Can he finish? Goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another? Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's having a go! So can they do it again? Cannavaro can get it clear. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And now a sudden chance to counter. Del Piero looking to run onto it. And this is... And the shot! It's loose now, and it's come back out to him. Really well taken goal. Again, we are level. What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Well, there's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
So, all square, and not for the first time. And the finish! Now, oh, he's been in for the pieces! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Colorado Springs really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Albert Ferrer promptly onto that, and that is that. Tries to play it through. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Caught offside that time. Ball's gone out of play. Tries to pass it through.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Albert Ferrer gets rid without sophistication. Now it's Messi. Hakimi cuts out the pass. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Oh, that's well spotted. Cafu. Messi. Can he get on the end of this? Rijkaard. There will be 4 extra minutes. Oh, just skips past his man. And he's there to belt it away. Distributed tidily. Oh, easy pickings there. Great vision. Albert Ferrer spots it and intercepts. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Ambitious ball here. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Mbappe. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Messi. Baresi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Thinks about the shot. And he's heaved it away.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Ah, he's given it away. And he's managed to get free. He's one-on-one! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, just skips past his man. Bergomi gets good distance on it. Bergomi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That's a shade optimistic. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And Cruyff! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. Vieira. And it's Xavi Alonso. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now that looks a decent ball. He has found the way through. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well, and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Here we go again.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And this is Shevchenko. Now the delivery. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Passes short and sharp. Now there's real chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And this is Inzaghi.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Mbappe was a Shevchenko! It's in! The breakthrough arrives at last! And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Madrid have taken the lead.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
He's found a way past. He's picked his way through. Cruyff's cross. And he thumps it clear. And here's Guardiola. He's found a way through. And the shot! Sensational from Bellingham! About as smooth as it gets. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. So that goal then.
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Quality ball. Now it's Griezmann. Here's a chance! And that's a real chance missed.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if they were just one down, as opposed to two. Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Griezmann. Adriano. The message is clear. None shall pass. Now it's Nedved. Guardiola. Searching pass he's played there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Vieira. That's that, the end. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow.
Shot, surely! Can he get it through? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Ferdinand gets across to intercept that. Zola. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cristiano Ronaldo is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Big header! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And that's a throw-in. Early ball out from the back.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Del Piero. Vieira. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That's tidy. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Suarez might well be in for a mouthful.
Rummenigge! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 2, then. And he's managed to get rid. Shot could be on. And Messi! And he comes up trumps again.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And this is Luis Suarez. Cannavaro. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Del Piero. Nedved. Now it's Griezmann. Good ball, good take. It's loose, and there's a... He's had a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Colorado Springs really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Del Piero. And this is Del Piero. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Zola. Thinks one through. Floated through. Lahm cuts it out. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves. Too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Colorado Springs really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That's a good ball. Aimed in towards the centre. Costa Curta can get it clear. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Xavi Alonso. Now he's got space here. Oh, that's clever. Del Piero! Decent enough try. In with the challenge. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here.
Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Little pass back. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Griezmann.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Tries to pass it through. Finds himself... Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Schmeichel will have to save it here, or there's real trouble. What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Milan have their third corner. Great chance! He should have put that one away. Fernandez knocks it into space. Tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
A case now of complete control. Time added on 4 minutes. And it's Soboslai. He's shifting through the gears here. Looking to play him in. The ball goes in. He gets big. And it's in. It is no contest. It is a landslide. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps.